Saturday night was supposed to be ordinary. The rich aroma of beef stew, my mother's signature recipe, filled the house, mixing with the soft scent of jasmine air freshener that Emily had just sprayed. Amanda sat behind the wheel of her car, now parked in front of the gate, taking a deep breath. Beside her, Ethan looked at her with a calm, reassuring smile. "Are you sure?" Ethan asked gently. "I have to be," Amanda replied, more to convince herself than him. "They're my family. They deserve to know. And you're an incredible man. They just need to see what I see." Ethan nodded and stepped out of the car. He adjusted his plaid flannel jacket draped over his broad shoulders. His appearance was simple: a flannel shirt, faded jeans worn at the knees, and leather boots that looked well used but sturdy. Amanda opened the front door. "Hi, Mom. Emily, I'm home." "We're in the dining room," Emily called back, her attention still glued to her phone. Amanda reached for Ethan's hand. This was it. The moment they stepped into the dining room, the atmosphere shifted. Emily, who had been taking photos of her food, looked up. Her sharp eyes scanned Ethan from toe to toe. A faint scoff escaped her lips. Her mother emerged from the kitchen holding a plate of fried tofu. "Oh," the word hung in the air. Her smile froze. Her eyes locked onto the man standing beside her daughter, especially his hands. Large, clean, but rough, calloused in a way that told stories of hard labor. "Mom," Amanda said softly, her voice trembling, "this is Ethan, the man I've been telling you about." Ethan nodded politely. He didn't offer his hand, as if he knew it was already being judged. "Oh," her mother repeated, flatly, setting the plate down louder than necessary. "Amanda, help me with the drinks. Emily, put your phone away." Emily smiled sweetly. Too sweet. "So, who exactly are you, Ethan?" Amanda closed her eyes for a second. "Kind of interesting taste you've got now, sis," Emily added mockingly. Dinner passed in thick, uncomfortable silence. Amanda tried to talk about her office job in Chicago, but no one responded. Her mother barely spoke. Emily texted under the table. Ethan ate calmly, unfazed. "This stew is amazing, ma'am. The seasoning really soaks in." "It's nothing special," her mother replied shortly. After the plates were nearly empty, she finally spoke. "So, Ethan," she began, her tone sharp, "what do you do for a living?" Amanda held her breath. "I manage land," Ethan answered calmly, meeting her gaze. "Ha!" Emily laughed. "So you sell real estate? Or you're one of those land brokers pushing empty lots?" "No," Ethan replied gently. "I grow things. I farm." Silence froze the room. "What?" Emily asked, finally putting her phone down. "I'm a farmer," Ethan said firmly. "I grow organic vegetables and fruit." The word farmer hit the table like an explosion. Her mother went pale. "A farmer?" she whispered. "My daughter, college graduate, dating a farmer?" "Mom," Amanda tried to defend him. "It's okay," Ethan said softly. "Yes, ma'am, I am a farmer." Her mother pressed her temples. "I'm not feeling well," she muttered, standing up and leaving the room. The air turned poisonous. "I think I should go," Ethan said quietly. "I'll walk you out." Outside, Amanda clutched his hand. "I'm so sorry, Ethan. I didn't know they'd be this cruel." He smiled and brushed her hair back. "I'm fine. I'm just worried about you. You're the one who has to stay here." "You're the best man I've ever known," Amanda thought, tears welling. When Ethan's car disappeared down the street, Amanda took a deep breath and went back inside. Emily stood in the living room, hands on her hips. Her mother sat rigid on the couch. "Wow," Emily sneered. "My smart, beautiful sister downgraded to a dirt-digging farmer?" "Watch your mouth," Amanda snapped. "Oh, please. Look at him. Cheap flannel, faded jeans, hands like sandpaper. What's next? You're going to plow fields together?" "Better rough hands from honest work than a sharp mouth living off Mom's money." Emily laughed cruelly. "You think love pays the bills? You want to live in a shack? eat boiled potatoes every day? My boyfriend drives a European car. Yours grows lettuce." "Enough," their mother shouted. Then she turned to Amanda. "But your sister isn't entirely wrong." Amanda's chest tightened. "What will people say?" their mother continued. "I raised you better. I paid for your education. And this is who you choose?" "What's wrong with being a farmer?" Amanda cried. "It's honest work." "Honesty doesn't pay electric bills, doesn't buy milk for your future kids, doesn't make me proud at social gatherings." "So this is about status?" Amanda sobbed. "Not my happiness?" "Happiness needs money," their mother replied coldly. "I won't let you suffer." "I love him," Amanda whispered. "Then choose," their mother said firmly. "Him or this family?" Amanda wiped her tears and straightened her back. "I choose Ethan." The silence was unbearable. "Say that again," their mother hissed. "I choose Ethan," Amanda repeated. "Ungrateful child," their mother spat. "I'd rather struggle with someone who respects me than live here being humiliated." Amanda packed a small suitcase. She paused at her graduation photo, her mother and Emily smiling proudly beside her. She closed the suitcase. At the door, she waited, hoping. Her mother didn't move. "Go," their mother said coldly. "You made your choice." Amanda stepped out into the night.
"And don't expect us to attend your wedding." That sentence was the final nail in the coffin of Amanda's hope. The pain was no longer an ultimatum, it was a curse. Without turning back, Amanda opened the door and stepped outside. Ang! The door slammed shut behind her from the inside. The sound echoed into the quiet night. There she stood, on the porch of the house she once called home, now an outcast. Only then did the tears she had been holding back finally fall. She cried silently, her body shaking. She grabbed her phone, her trembling fingers searching for one name. "Hello, Ethan?" she sobbed. Can you pick me up in front of the house? I think I've just been thrown out." 20 minutes felt like 2 hours. Amanda sat on the cold sidewalk in front of the closed gate, hugging her knees. Her suitcase lay beside her like evidence of a crime. She had stopped crying. What remained was an empty, hollow numbness that crept into her bones. Then, headlights appeared at the curve of the road. Her salvation. The familiar black sedan stopped slowly in front of her. Ethan didn't run. He walked calmly, opened the passenger door, then crouched in front of Amanda. His face was composed, but his eyes burned with restrained anger. Not at her, but at what had been done to her. "They did it," he said quietly. It wasn't a question. Amanda only nodded, too exhausted to speak. "Come on," he said gently. He lifted her suitcase with one hand and helped her stand with the other. He guided her into the car and wrapped her in a jacket he grabbed from the back seat. The car cut through the night. Amanda didn't ask where they were going. She didn't care. She just wanted to be as far away as possible from that closed door, her sister's laughter, and her mother's ultimatum. The drive took over an hour. They left the glow of city lights behind, replaced by quieter roads. They exited the highway and entered what Amanda assumed was a suburban edge leading toward the countryside. The road narrowed, lined with tall trees. Amanda swallowed hard, remembering Emily's mockery. Living in a shack, eating boiled potatoes. "Ethan," she whispered, breaking the silence. "Your place is really far, huh?" He smiled faintly. "We're almost there." Amanda braced herself. She imagined a modest wooden house, maybe muddy land around it. She didn't mind. To her, a simple home filled with warmth was far better than a luxurious house poisoned by cruelty. The car turned off the main road and passed through a large wooden gate that opened automatically. Amanda blinked. An automatic gate? They continued down a smooth, private asphalt road. On both sides, no muddy fields. Instead, Amanda saw rows of large, modern buildings resembling warehouses or factories, illuminated by floodlights. "Is this an industrial area?" she asked, confused. "No," Ethan replied calmly. "This is the land I told you about." The car finally stopped in front of a building. But it wasn't a shack, it wasn't a simple wooden house. It was a modern architectural masterpiece. A 2-story home dominated by glass, black steel, and warm teak accents, seamlessly blending into the surrounding landscape, overlooking a vast valley below. Soft garden lights highlighted perfectly manicured grounds. Amanda froze in her seat. "Ethan? Whose house is this?" she asked, her voice shaking. "Your boss's?" Ethan turned off the engine and looked at her, his expression unreadable. "This is our house, Amanda," he said softly. "Come inside. It's cold." Her legs trembled as she stepped out of the car. Inside, the interior was even more breathtaking. An open living space with soaring ceilings, minimalist yet luxurious furniture, and glass walls revealing the valley beyond. I don't understand," whispered Amanda. "I know," Ethan said gently. He placed her suitcase near the door. "The guest room is upstairs on the left. Get some rest. Tomorrow morning, I promise I'll explain everything." Amanda barely slept. At dawn, sunlight touched the floor-to-ceiling windows, waking her. She rose from a bed more comfortable than any 5-star hotel and looked outside. Her heart pounded. Below her wasn't just a misty valley. As far as the eye could see stretched a sea of massive greenhouses, glittering like jewels in the morning sun. Dozens of workers were already moving with purpose. Modern tractors rolled in perfect lines. And was that a drone? "Yes," Ethan's voice startled her. He stood in the doorway holding 2 cups of coffee, dressed neatly in a clean polo shirt and cargo pants. His rough hands, the same hands her mother had judged, offered her a cup. "Good morning," he said with a smile. "Ready for the tour?" 5 minutes later, they weren't walking in mud. They rode an electric utility buggy, traveling along pristine paths between advanced facilities. "So," Amanda began, her mind racing. "I didn't lie," he smiled. "I really am a farmer." He pointed to a massive greenhouse. "This is where I grow premium cherry tomatoes, fully hydroponic, automated climate control, all exported to Japan and Singapore." They passed another building. "That's the packing facility. Sorting and packaging happens there." Then he pointed to a sleek 3-story glass building that looked like a tech headquarters. "That's management and R&D." "You work here?" Amanda asked hesitantly. "I don't work here," Ethan said calmly. "I own it." The car finally stopped in front of the main office lobby. As they entered, well-dressed employees greeted him respectfully. "Good morning, Mr. Miller." "Morning, sir." "Sir?" Amanda whispered. Ethan guided her into a spacious office overlooking the entire estate. Behind a solid wood desk hung an elegant logo, Green Haven AgriCorp, Ethan Miller, Chief Executive Officer. Amanda sank on the sofa, dizzy. "I owe you an apology," Ethan said, sitting across from her. "I never meant to lie. I just didn't tell you everything." "Why?" whispered Amanda. "Why the worn flannel? Why say you were just a farmer? Why make it seem like you were poor?" "Because I'm tired," Ethan said quietly. "I'm tired of people seeing only the CEO. I'm tired of women suddenly being interested after knowing what I own." He looked straight at her. "Then I met you at that book fair. You spilled coffee on my favorite flannel, the one I wear when I go down to the fields. I said I was a farmer, and you didn't care. You asked about soil types instead." "I remember," Amanda said softly. "So I kept up the simple act. I wanted to know if you'd still look at me the same way if you thought I was just an ordinary farmer." Tears filled Amanda's eyes. "And last night," Ethan's voice softened, "you were thrown out of your home. You lost your family. And you chose me. You chose the poor farmer your own mother thought would make you eat grass." He knelt before her and took her hands. "These hands are real," he said gently. "I still go to the fields every day. I love getting my hands dirty. I am a farmer, Amanda, just a new generation one." Amanda laughed through her tears and lightly punched his shoulder. "You're insane. You're cruel. I thought we'd live in a shack." "I'd live in a shack with you if that's what you wanted, but I prefer this." He smiled. "How about living here with me forever?" "So I won't be eating grass?" Amanda asked weakly. "No," Ethan laughed, pulling her into an embrace. "No, unless it's premium organic wheatgrass for your morning juice." 2 weeks passed in a blur of happiness. At Ethan's request, Amanda took an extended leave from her job. "Focus on us for now," he said. One evening, as they had dinner on the terrace of their home, Ethan put down his fork. "Amanda," he said seriously, "I want us to get married next month." She nearly choked on her drink. "Next month? Isn't that too fast?" "I've prepared everything," he said calmly. "Just say yes." The next day, a luxury car with a driver.
"I don't care what other people think." Ethan paused. "That's a lie. I do care. I care about one thing," he continued, his voice hardening. "Your family humiliated you. They belittled you. They said you'd end up eating grass. They threw you away like you were worthless. I want our wedding day," Ethan said firmly, "to be the day I show the world and myself how valuable you truly are. You don't deserve to be discarded. You deserve to be celebrated. You deserve everything. This isn't for them," he said quietly. "This is to honor you, Amanda. Let me do this for you." Amanda stared at the man in front of her, the man who had chosen simplicity to seek sincerity and now chose grandeur to defend dignity. "Okay," Amanda whispered as tears fell. "Let's do it." The invitation was completed 2 days later. It wasn't physical. At Ethan's request, Prestige Wedding Co. designed something ultra-modern, a private digital invitation sent via a personalized link. The design was elegant and minimalist, gold calligraphy on an emerald green background. Amanda Miller and Ethan Miller. Inside were event details, a private access QR code for the venue, and a large button that read, "Watch our happy moment," linked to a YouTube livestream. That night, Amanda sat alone in her new home office. She opened WhatsApp. Her fingers trembled as she opened the family group chat. The chat was dead. The last message was from a month ago, the night she was thrown out. "You sure you want to do this?" Ethan asked softly from the doorway. I don't know," Amanda admitted. "My mom said not to expect them to come, but she's still my mother. Emily is still my sister." "Do what your heart believes is right," Ethan said, leaning against the doorframe, giving her space but never leaving. Amanda took a deep breath and typed, "Hello, Mom, Emily. I'm getting married next month. I know you may not come, but I still want to invite you. The link below is the invitation. Inside, there's a YouTube live stream. If you're willing to watch, even from afar, I hope you're both healthy and well." She hit send. 1 check, 2 gray checks. Delivered. She waited an hour, refreshing the app over and over. Then it happened. The 2 checks turned blue. Read by Mother. Read by Emily. Amanda held her breath. No reply. No call. No anger. Just silence. That silence hurt more than any insult. She closed her laptop. The familiar cold crept back into her chest. For 3 days, Amanda buried herself in preparations, dress fittings, food tastings, floral approvals. She tried to focus on happiness, but every time her phone vibrated, her heart jumped. On the 4th day, the vibration came. She was with Ethan, touring the venue at Emerald Grove Private Botanical Gardens, a breathtaking hidden garden with a glass chapel floating over a lake. A notification appeared. Family group chat. From Emily. Wow, sis, finally marrying that shovel guy, huh? Amanda closed her eyes. Ethan immediately sensed it and squeezed her hand. What is it? Another message came in. You're fancy now, huh? Invitations with links, saving printing costs, LOL. And what's this? YouTube live stream? Is there even Wi-Fi in a field? Gonna live stream with a shaky phone held by the farmer's buddies? Her fingers trembled. Another message. Emerald Grove Private Botanical Gardens? Sounds like the cassava patch behind his house. Creative naming, sis. Tears slid down Amanda's cheeks. Then the final message. Congrats, sis. Hope you enjoy eating grass. Below it, read by Mother. Her mother had seen everything and said nothing. That silence was agreement. Something inside Amanda cracked, then hardened. The pain transformed into freedom. She didn't reply. She opened the group settings, tapped mute notifications, and selected always. They replied, Amanda said flatly. Ethan looked at her carefully. What did they say? Amanda wiped her tears, one last time. She looked at Ethan, then at the glass chapel head. They wished us well, she said softly. They said, hope I enjoy it. Then she smiled, the first genuine smile in a month. I think I will, Ethan. He understood everything she didn't say and pulled her into a tight embrace. Then let's make this the best wedding this garden has ever seen. The sky outside the floor-to-ceiling windows was still pale purple, but inside the presidential suite at Emerald Grove Resort, preparations had been underway for hours. Amanda sat before a gold-framed mirror, wearing only a thick white silk robe. Around her, the wedding team moved with practiced efficiency. Hairspray hissed, clips snapped into place. A makeup artist carefully applied concealer beneath her eyes. Did you sleep well, Miss Amanda? Asked Rachel, the head planner from Prestige Wedding Co., handing her a glass of green smoothie. Surprisingly well, Amanda replied. I thought I'd be too nervous, but I feel peaceful. Rachel smiled. That's a good sign. Mr. Ethan sent breakfast earlier, very romantic. Amanda smiled faintly. The night before, Ethan had sent her a handwritten letter. My Amanda, tomorrow I will show the world that I am the luckiest man alive to have your heart. Sleep well. I love you. In the corner of the room hung a gown that looked like captured clouds, her wedding dress. The designer said it was inspired by sincerity. Amanda laughed when she heard that. Sincerity? That probably costs enough to buy a house. A quiet sadness brushed her heart. This room should have been full. Her mother's loud laughter, Emily's chatter, maybe jealous, but still helping with earrings. Instead, the room was vast, luxurious, and empty of family. You look stunning, the makeup artist said, pulling her back to the present. Her makeup was flawless, a radiant, not excessive glow. All on schedule, Rachel checked her tablet. We have 1 hour before the gown. Live stream starts in 30 minutes. The YouTube channel is ready. There are already 5,000 viewers waiting. Amanda's heart raced. Everything will be fine, Rachel reassured her. Just focus on one thing. Walk straight towards Ethan. We'll handle the rest. Amanda nodded. She closed her eyes, inhaled roses and hairspray, and steadied her heart. This was her day. This was her new life. At exactly 9 a.m., the black screen on YouTube faded into motion. Not shaky phone footage. Cinematic perfection. A drone glided smoothly above Emerald Grove Private Botanical Gardens, mist lifting from the lake as it descended towards the magnificent glass chapel. Soft orchestral music swelled. Elegant gold and emerald graphics appeared. The royal garden wedding of Amanda Miller and Ethan Miller. Beneath Ethan's name, smaller but bold text read, Founder and CEO of Greenhaven AgriCorp. The live chat erupted. Is this a wedding or a movie opening? Congrats, Mr. Miller. Wait, Ethan Miller? The Forbes under 40 guy? He thought this was fake. He's actually getting married today? The camera cut to ground level. A well-known TV host welcomed viewers. Good morning and welcome to one of the most anticipated weddings of the year. Guests arrived. Men in Armani and Brioni stepping out of Mercedes and Bentleys, women in designer gowns, diamonds catching the morning sun. Is that the Secretary of Agriculture? Someone typed. There's a Japanese investor, and is that the South Korean ambassador? Then the camera focused on the groom. Ethan Miller stood before the chapel. No worn flannel. He wore a custom ivory suit tailored perfectly. Hair slicked back. He didn't look like a farmer with a shovel. He looked like a young king, calm, commanding. And his eyes kept glancing towards the suite where Amanda waited, smiling uncontrollably. He was the definition of a successful modern farmer, and the world was watching. In a cream-colored house on the outskirts of town, Emily had just finished showering. Her Sunday morning felt ordinary. She rubbed her hair with a towel while sipping instant coffee. Mother was in the kitchen, chopping vegetables for lunch, a soft country radio station playing in the background. Emily picked up her phone and opened Instagram. Bored. TikTok bored her too. Then she remembered something. Huh? She let out a small laugh. Oh, right, today is my sister's garden wedding. She opened WhatsApp and tapped into the family group chat. Amanda's invitation link was still there. 3 weeks ago, she had opened it only to mock the venue name. Mom, Emily called from the living room as she casually clicked the YouTube livestream link. Mom, come here for a second. What is it, Emily? Mother replied from the kitchen. I'm cutting vegetables. Come on, Emily laughed. Amanda's farm wedding already started. Let's see how tacky it is. Let's count how many chickens walk past the camera. A tired sigh came from the kitchen. Why bother? It's not important. Just mind your own life. Come on, Mom, Emily whined, more out of boredom than curiosity. She had already prepared herself to laugh at shaky phone footage, blurry images, maybe a live stream held by some trembling hand. Free soap opera, she muttered to herself. The punishment of an ungrateful child, marrying a farm worker, wedding in the middle of a field. She giggled to herself. Emily tapped a button on her phone, casting the screen onto the 50-inch smart TV in the living room. Turn on the TV, Mom. Let's see it big. Let's see how muddy it is. Grumbling, Mother walked out of the kitchen, wiping her hands on her apron. You're unbelievable. It's not right to laugh at your own sister. Oh, please, Mom, you're the same, Emily scoffed. Just sit. Mother sat on the couch. The moment Emily pressed play, the TV screen lit up. They froze. The screen did not show muddy rice fields. There were no chickens, no shaky phone camera. What appeared instead was a smooth aerial drone shot gliding over a serene lake, revealing a magnificent glass chapel at its center. What is this? Emily frowned. Is this an ad? Why does it look like a movie? An ad for what? Mother asked, confused. Emily opened her mouth to mock again, then stopped. Elegant animated graphics appeared on the screen. The royal garden wedding of Amanda Arista and Ethan Wiratma. That's Amanda's name, Emily whispered. Her heart began to pound strangely. Below it, another line appeared. CEO and founder, Green Haven AgriCorp. Emily read it silently, then again, louder. CEO, Green Haven AgriCorp? Don't talk nonsense, Emily, Mother snapped, her voice suddenly tense. She squinted at the screen. The camera now focused on Ethan, standing tall in an ivory bespoke suit. Same face, same hands, but a completely different aura. Emily felt the blood drain from her face. Her phone almost slipped from her fingers. "Mom, that's Ethan, right?" Her voice trembled. Mother didn't answer. Her eyes were locked on the screen, on the guests arriving. She recognized faces she had seen on television. A U.S. Secretary of Agriculture, foreign investors, national news network logos in the corner of the broadcast. This wasn't a personal live stream. This was an official, high-profile event. Emily's fingers shook violently as she exited YouTube and opened Google. She typed, Ethan Weratma, Green Haven AgriCorp. In less than a second, the results appeared. Her phone flooded with articles. Forbes USA, Ethan Weratma, Agri-Tech Visionary under 40, Green Haven AgriCorp, from small farmland to global food export giant. $1.3 billion processing facility officially launched. Photos filled the screen. Ethan giving keynote speeches, Ethan receiving awards, Ethan on the cover of business magazines. The same man they had mocked at the dinner table. Emily's phone slipped from her hand and hit the carpet with a dull thud. "Emily," Mother whispered, fear creeping into her voice. Emily stared at her mother, eyes glassy, tears pooling. "Mom, Amanda didn't marry a poor farmer." Her voice broke into a sob. "She married a billionaire, Mom. She married someone insanely rich." Mother staggered. She clutched her chest, suddenly short of breath, and collapsed onto the couch. Her face turned pale. "Oh, God." That's all she could say. On the TV, Amanda and Ethan walked down the aisle under falling white rose petals, smiling. Perfect. Happy. And Mother and Emily were nowhere there. The broadcast shifted to the lavish ballroom reception. Amanda and Ethan laughed as they shared their first dance under crystal chandeliers and cascading pink petals. Emily, still on the floor, finally snapped out of her paralysis. But the first thing she felt wasn't remorse, it was rage. "She lied," Emily hissed, fists clenched. "She lied to all of us." Mother trembled, her face wet with tears, not of joy, but bitter regret and crushing shame. "I was wrong, Emily," Mother whispered. "We were wrong." "This isn't just wrong, Emily," she shouted in panic. "We kicked a billionaire out of our house." She grabbed her phone and opened the family group chat. Her mocking messages stared back at her like a death sentence. She typed frantically, "Amanda, Emily here. Congratulations. You look so beautiful." No reply. Calls failed. Messages piled up, unread. Far away in the glowing ballroom, Amanda laughed in her husband's arms. Her phone lay silent in her clutch, switched to silent mode and handed to a Prestige Wedding Co. coordinator. The only vibration she felt was Ethan's heartbeat against her chest. The messages went unanswered, unheard, unimportant. Ethan carried Amanda across the threshold in a bridal carry. They laughed, exhausted but overwhelmingly happy. The suite was filled with the scent of roses. Petals were scattered across the floor, and a bottle of premium champagne rested in an ice bucket nearby. Finally, Ethan lowered Amanda gently. "Just us," he murmured. "I'm exhausted." Amanda laughed as she kicked off her high heels. "But this is the best day of my life." "Only the beginning," Ethan said, kissing her forehead. "I'm going to shower first. You want to check anything?" "I just want to sit." Amanda sank into the plush velvet sofa. Her small clutch lay on the side table. Rena from Prestige Wedding Co. had returned it an hour earlier. "Oh," Amanda murmured. "My phone." She had almost forgotten it existed. With a light heart, she assumed maybe a few coworkers who hadn't been invited were sending congratulations. She picked it up. The moment the screen lit up, her smile faded. The display was overflowing, crowded, exploding with notifications. Her heart began pounding again, but differently. The lock screen summary made her stomach turn. WhatsApp, 99 new messages. Missed calls, 37. She unlocked the phone, her fingers trembling slightly. Her call log was a sea of red. Mother, 20 missed calls. Emily, 17 missed calls. "Oh, God," Amanda whispered. She opened WhatsApp. The 99+ bubble on the family group chat made her nauseous. She opened it. She read everything. From Emily's suddenly sweet first message, "Congratulations, sis," to Mother's last message sent 15 minutes earlier, "Amanda, please respond. I can't sleep." Emily's hysterical messages followed. "Answer me, Amanda. You're cruel." "Fine, I'm sorry. Is that enough?" "Mom fainted earlier. How could you do this?" Then Mother's messages. "Forgive me, sweetheart. I misjudged Ethan. I regret everything. Please answer. I just want to hear your voice." Amanda kept scrolling. The desperate monologue seemed endless. 3 weeks ago, this group had been a courtroom. Tonight, it was a theater of regret. She felt no triumph, no satisfaction, only emptiness. This panic, this remorse, had nothing to do with realizing they hurt her. They were panicking because they had misjudged his wealth. "Everything okay, love?" Ethan's deep voice came from the bathroom. He stepped out, wearing a robe, hair still damp. He saw her face. His smile vanished. "What's wrong?" Amanda couldn't speak. She simply lifted the phone. The glowing screen filled the dim room. Ethan walked over. He didn't take the phone, just stood beside her, reading the messages over her shoulder. His jaw tightened. Cold, controlled anger flickered in his eyes. "They only reached out now," he said quietly, "after seeing the live stream." Amanda nodded, still staring at the screen. "Mom fainted," she whispered. Maybe I should call back." Ethan knelt in front of her. "Do you believe she fainted?" he asked gently, but sharply. "Or is it the last way to make you feel guilty enough to call?" The question pierced her. She remembered every small manipulation, every cruel joke from Emily. I don't know," Amanda said, her voice breaking. Tears she hadn't expected welled up, tears of exhaustion. Ethan gently took the phone from her hand, turned off the screen, and placed it on the farthest table, out of reach. Then he took both of Amanda's hands, now adorned with a diamond ring. "Listen to me, Amanda," he said, locking eyes with her. "Tonight, you are my wife, and I am your husband. This is our first night. It belongs to us." He wiped her tears with his thumb. "Your family," he continued carefully, "had weeks to apologize, years to value you. They chose not to. They don't regret hurting you. They regret miscalculating. The truth hurt, but it was truth. Whatever you decide tomorrow, next year, or ever, I'll support you. You want to forgive them? I'll walk beside you. You want to let go? I'll be your new world." He smiled softly. "But tonight is ours. No Emily, no Mother, just us." Amanda's breathing slowly steadied. She looked at the man in front of her, her strength, her home. "You're right," Amanda whispered. "The phone." "I'll turn it off," Ethan offered. "No," Amanda said. She stood, walked to the table, and plugged the phone into the charger. She didn't turn it off. She activated Do Not Disturb. Then she turned away, leaving the phone in silence, and returned to her husband's arms. "A warm shower?" Ethan asked. "Perfect," Amanda replied. That night, in their luxurious suite, they didn't talk about the 37 missed calls. They planned their future. And for the first time in her life, Amanda slept in absolute peace. The next morning. At 10 a.m., Amanda and Ethan were no longer in their suite. They were at the Delta One first-class lounge at JFK International Airport, New York City. Their honeymoon flight to Bora Bora would depart in an hour. Amanda wore an elegant linen sundress and dark sunglasses, sipping orange juice. She looked fresh, happy. She finally checked her phone again. She had braced herself. As expected, the panic continued. Another 50 missed calls. The family group chat was chaos, pleading, accusing, blaming. Emily at 3 a.m., "So you really don't care about us anymore?" Mother at 4:30 a.m., "I couldn't sleep. I just want to hear your voice." Emily again, "This must be Ethan's doing. He's separating us." Amanda chuckled softly. How ironic. "All good?" Ethan asked, setting aside his business magazine. "All good," Amanda replied. "They think you kidnapped me." "I did kidnap you, legally." Amanda smiled back, but she knew this couldn't continue. She needed to close this door, not slam it, just close it firmly. She opened the family group chat. Her fingers typed steadily. Amanda, "Hello, peace be with you." 3 seconds later, "Emily, sis." Mother, "Amanda, finally. Where are you? Are you okay?" Amanda typed calmly. "Last night was my wedding. I was busy with my husband." My husband. She liked the sound of it. Mother, "I understand, dear. When can you come home?" Emily, "Yes, sis, bring Ethan. Let's eat together." Amanda smiled sadly. So easily forgotten. Amanda, "Thank you, but as Mother once said, we have already left." She sent no further explanations. Instead, she opened her gallery and selected a selfie she'd just taken with Ethan, both smiling, drinks in hand, the luxury lounge behind them, their plane waiting on the runway. She sent it to the group. Then one final message. "Amanda, we're traveling abroad for our honeymoon, about a month. Please don't contact me unless it's an emergency." Emily immediately replied about souvenirs. Amanda didn't answer. She placed the phone face down on the table and looked at Ethan. "Done?" Ethan asked. "Done," Amanda replied. "I'm free. Welcome to the rest of your life, Mrs. Weirtrauma." 6 months later, life at the Greenhaven estate was peaceful. Amanda resigned from her old job, not because Ethan asked, but by choice. She now led the corporate social responsibility division at Greenhaven AgriCorp, building schools for farmers' children in remote areas. She had found new purpose. That morning, she stared at a pregnancy test in her hand. 2 lines. She smiled, already planning how to surprise Ethan at dinner. Her relationship with her family hadn't healed. Emily once showed up at Ethan's office unannounced. Security politely turned her away. Mother sent food containers to their home, but they never made it past the gate. They tried, but not differently. They never apologized for what they did, only for how it turned out. Amanda had made peace with that. She didn't hate them, she simply kept distance. While watering orchids on the terrace, her phone rang, an unfamiliar number. She hesitated, then answered. "Amanda? It's me, Uncle Henry." Her father's older brother, the only relative from her father's side who had always been kind. "Uncle Henry, how are you?" "I'm well, dear. I saw the news about your wedding. Congratulations. You deserve happiness." "Thank you." His voice turned serious. "I don't have the right to interfere, but your mother, she's not well. Her blood pressure keeps spiking. Since your wedding, she hasn't stopped blaming herself." Amanda was silent. "And Emily, she's struggling too. People talk. She's become bitter." "I'm not blaming you," Uncle Henry said quickly. "You had every right to leave." "She misses you," he whispered. "She's just too proud to say it." A long pause. A restrained sob came from the other end. "Please," he pleaded, "come home for a visit. Give her a chance to apologize properly before it's too late." The call ended. Amanda stood there, facing the vast Greenhaven gardens. She placed a hand over her still flat stomach. She felt no anger now, only peace and compassion. That night, after telling Ethan about the pregnancy, she told him about the call. He listened without interrupting. When she finished, he squeezed her hand. "So," he said gently, "when are we going?" "You're not angry?" Why would I be? He smiled. She's your mother, the grandmother of our child. We can forgive, he said softly. Not forget, but forgive. I'm afraid, Amanda admitted. I'm afraid they'll hurt me again. That was when you